Grog Grogman's Grog House is now open for business. Greetings and welcome to another Weird Wednesday, and this Weird Wednesday we are an orc. Here we are, look at that little fella, he's an orc, and his one dream in life is to run an inn. He wishes to run an orky inn for all of his orky mates, to come and drink beer and do all of that good stuff. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He has inherited this inn here. Maybe once there was a barkeeper here, like a human barkeeper, but the orcs have swept through, and now they need somebody to run the inn, and this is the man for the job. Grog the orc, Grog Grogman, the purveyor of all manner of grogs. That's who he is, and he doesn't really know what he's doing. Nor do I. I'm going to plant some seeds and things. This isn't going to be particularly instructional, I don't think. If you want to play the game, then it is free to download, and you can go and download it. It does come with a tutorial. It's down there, but I'm going to turn it off. I have played through it once, so I know the gist of it. But I'm not going to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I'm just going to kind of do stuff, and if you want to figure out how to play the game, you can download it and play through the tutorial yourself, because it's free. It's free. This is an early access game. Well, I say early access. It's not really early access. It's pre-alpha. And the developer has decided very generously to give the game away for free at the moment. And obviously the idea of doing that is to generate a bit of interest and a bit of support, and also to gather feedback from people, and hopefully presumably to improve the game for some eventual release later this year. I think he's targeting middle of the year, so yeah, it's shaping up pretty well already. I mean, it's an entirely playable game, I have to say. Perhaps a little bit shallow at times, and there's definitely, as he points out in the introduction letter, a lack of polish, which is fairly kind of apparent. But yeah, I mean, all the basic things are here. At the moment, I'm just planting seeds. I need to grow the various things, the hops and the barley, that will go into my beers that I will brew and sell. It's just, can we get rid of this? I don't seem to be able to get rid of that. 2, 3. I can't. For some reason, I can't get rid of that green stone. We can get rid of these stones, and we can get rid of these. I will need some wood and things. I'm pretty hungry though, so let's just stop and have some medium quality bread to top up my hunger bar there. I'll top it all the way up. Great. So they're now brewing. They're now growing away. Grog Grogman can head back to his inn. We'll put some. Do we have anything we can put on here? We have some iron ore. Okay, so let's put some wood in here into the furnace. There we go, put some wood in, we'll put some iron ore in, and we'll just smelt up some iron. I don't know really what it's useful for, but we'll put some extra supplies into the chest so that it can draw them out and keep doing them. As long as there's a chest next to one of these production units, it'll draw from the chest and pump back into the chest any goods, and pipes will also pipe things around. You know, very much like if you've played any of the kind of industrial craft or build craft for Minecraft mods, same sort of idea. And possibly even in vanilla Minecraft. I obviously didn't have pipes, but I think if you put chests next to things, it may have automatically drawn them out. Did it? Oh, am I making that up? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been such a long time since I played Minecraft. Great. Well, I'm just going to go around and... Oh, my stamina is really low. Oh, it's midday and my stamina is really low. What I need to do is go and do some nice relaxing fishing to recover my stamina. So there we go. That's my stamina. I'm doing something that's making it good, so it's kind of pulsing and growing, and we're feeling a lot better already. Shall we try and catch a fish from there? I did it! Oh no, I didn't. I think I caught an old mug. Well, that's better than nothing. Let's see if we can't. There's something over there. Look, let's send our little thing over. Wait for it to go splurb. Are you going to go splurb? Not going to go splurb. It's not going splurb. There, it's splurbed. What have we got? What have we got? We got a fish, a 1-star quality fish. Not the highest quality fish in the world, but it'll do. Let's eat some more bread because we're starting to get hungry again. In fact, we'll apparently orcs, especially Grog Grogman, this particular orc, get awfully hungry an awful lot. I mean, this man is just constantly eating. But then I suppose this is thirsty work, what he's doing at the moment. Fantastic. I covered this game for a couple of reasons. First of all, because it was free. Second of all, because it was pretty weird. And thirdly, because well, it's not entirely dissimilar to my own game project that I'm working on at the moment. But I'm not going to go into any detail about that, so I don't know why I teased you with it. There will be dev videos and all sorts of things coming out when there's stuff to view, when there's stuff to see. Right, what time is it? It's dusk. We're super hungry again, so let's have a dinner of some bread. I think we'll put these fish on to cook overnight, and then we'll go to bed. Great. This one here, put that in, put a fish in, put a fish in the chest. Great. Let's head to bed before we pass out. You can literally work yourself to collapse in this game, at which point you will wake up in bed with having lost a bit of your gold, which we have a massive amount of, 49,438. I think this may be because of its pre-alpha state. It seems to be that you're kind of like given everything you need right at the very beginning. I'm not entirely sure what more there is to do. I mean, yeah, you can brew fancy beers, but it just seems like, you know, why don't I get to build my own inn? I know Grog Grogman got this inn by seeing off the humans who once dwelt here. Maybe even one of them was turned into this like magic beer tap thing. But from a gameplay point of view, I think it would be beneficial if you had to set everything up from scratch, you know, and that was part of the tutorial, and you would feel more attached, I think, as well to your inn and to your facilities if you did that. As it is, it's kind of a case of, well, you know, it's not really my inn, it's just an inn that I've found and everything is already set up, and yeah, I can brew the beer, but even the beer brewing, it's just a case of following simple formulas. Like, there's no real creativity to it. I can't name the beer. I'd really like to be able to name the beers. I think that would be a good thing. You kind of like, almost like you have a kind of a station where you come up with the beer's recipe, and then oh, we need to go and visit actually before we do that. It's dawn, so he's not going to be there. We'll need to go and buy some extra things before we can brew the beer. But yeah, it's kind of like, it's very formulaic. So you just kind of look at you look at here. You decide what. Look, the Twisted Dragon. They're the people who are going to be coming to drink. They want minimal quality. They wanted a taste of barley. They want no tint darkness, 1 pip of full-bodied, and 1 pip of acerbity, and no alcoholic strength. And basically to do that is you just determine how much water to put in and a couple of other ingredients. And so it's formulaic. Like, there's no creativity there. You just follow a set pattern to produce the set result. Now maybe there is more to the game later on. I don't know. It may be. Certainly, I'm sure there will be more planned. Is it midday? It's midday. Okay, so we can go and buy some stuff and get this beer brewing. You've got to remember that this game is still pre-alpha, and therefore a lot is probably still missing and needs to be added in. Right, let's buy some yeast. We'll buy a couple of things of yeast. I don't think we need to buy anything else from him. We could buy some dynamite just to see what it does. Let's buy some dynamite and medicine, barley, bread. No, stone. Well, we don't. We've got all this stuff's already around. Great. So yeah. There you go. As I said, I think it would be nice if the game didn't start you off with quite as much stuff and you had to build your own tavern. But such is the way. That's not the way. That's not the way he's decided to go. Maybe that's just because it's pre-alpha, though. As I say, you've got to remember. You've got to keep that ever present in your mind when you're playing this game. It is not indicative of the finished result, and at the end of the day, it's free. So there we go. Right, let's get this process started. We need some wood. Let's put some wood in. We need some barley. So let's put some barley in, and we need some water, which we can get from here. There we go. Put some water in. Great. Should we get some more water? Great. Fantastic. We can then put in to the chest here stuff to make sure that it continues. So we'll put in a load of a load of wood, sorry. We'll put in some barley. Oops. Here we go, put some barley. Oh, that's now full. Great. So, that's not what I was hoping for. Once that's produced something, we can then sort of move on to the next stage. Once we get whatever it is, the wort that comes out of that, then we can put that into here and we can brew like the next stage, and then once we've got the next stage we can put it into here and can brew the next stage. And you can sort of flavour it, and there are other things that you can do, but you know, it's a fairly formulaic game in that respect. I think where the creativity potentially comes in, or would come in better, would be in this kind of like designing the inn itself, you know, placing tables and chairs down if there was some kind of like, you know, if you had to control the in outflow a little bit, and if orcs, who are, let's face it, famously rowdy, and Grog Grogman, you know, might have to dish out some orky justice to his patrons to keep them in check, and then toss them out if necessary, and you know, the way in which you design your interior potentially could influence that, how fighty they get, and I don't know, you know, I mean, bar fights, that's got to be a thing, hasn't it, for an orc bar sim? There have to be bar fights. I don't know if that's in the game or not. I've never seen them, but then I haven't played it for very long. It would be awesome if it was. There is a lot of stuff that you can build here. Look, I mean, you know, we can chuck down little walls. We can chuck down fences, little fence posts. Look. So I mean, you know, there's quite a lot of building stuff available. It's just a little bit questionable at the moment. Look, we've got, this is carpet. We've got, you know, all sorts of, you know, wooden chairs and tables, and this goes to implement, and this affects the comfort level of rooms, which at the moment is the only thing that you seem to have in rooms, is the comfort level. I'd like additional things in here, like I don't know what you would call it, but kind of, you know, calmingness, if you will, and obviously the reverse. If you don't have a lot of calmingness, then you get sort of like people getting rowdier, and other things like that, and like how you design your kind of, you know, your inn will control how those sort of things develop, and I think that's where a lot of the creativity in this game could and should come from. But at the moment, I'm not sure if it's actually in there or not. Really, it's just a kind of, it's a box ticking exercise in many respects. You know, do I have the materials I need? No. Go and buy the seeds, plant the seeds, grow the seeds, put them into the appropriate places, check the type of beer that I'm trying to create. I imagine as well, the other thing that will add complexity to this is, at the moment I've got one brewing chamber and I'm brewing one type of beer. I'm pretty sure you can get multiple types of clan to come to your inn. So, you know, as you got more clans coming in, you would like expand the inn. You would have to add additional beer brewing facilities so that you could brew the type of beers that each clan wanted, and expand out. And I mean, it's one of those sorts of games, and it's quite neat, and it's quite endearing, and I do like it, and I can't wait to see how it develops over time. But I think that's it. I'm not really going to go any further. Well, all right, fine. You've twisted my arm. I suppose I kind of have to. Oh no, I've just bashed those. No, I didn't. Fine. Great. Okay, look, so I've got barley, so I can now go in here and I can chuck in some more wood and some more barley. No, some of this barley malt. There we go. And some water. Now we need to check. We want tint darkness, full-bodiedness, one. Okay, fine. So we want 1 pip of full-bodiedness. There, 1, 2, full-bodiedness. So there we go. As I say, it's very formulaic, right? I put in the thing that needs to be put in to make it work. You know, I put in a log because it needs a log. I put in some malt because it needs some malt. I put in some water, and I put in 2 because that's the level of full-bodiedness we want. So there we go. It's in, and it's brewing. Let's see if we're ready to do our beer. Have we got barley malt, barley wort. I think barley wort is what we need. So let's pick up the barley wort. Go into here. We need to put in a log. We need to put in the wort. Put it in. Great. I really wish this was drag and drop, actually. I think it would just be much more intuitive if it was drag and drop. We need to put in the hops, and we need to decide what acerbity we want to aim for. So we want 1 pip, so we put in 2 hops, and then alcoholic strength. We want like no pips in alcoholic strength. What kind of weak ass orcs don't want any alcoholic strength to their beer? That's crazy. That's utterly crazy. But anyway, there we go. That's now brewing away. Okay, dusk is coming down. So actually, we might as well just sleep until morning. There we go. We're going to sleep through till morning, and then by morning, hopefully, we will have We will have a lovely stash of beer all brewed up. Let's see, we've got 40 beers ready to go in the magic tap. So we'll open our inn up. Grog Grogman's Grog House. Grog Grogman's Grog House? What am I like? I'm terrible at naming things. I just should not be allowed. Grog Grogman's Grog House is now open for business. Any minute now, we'll start seeing orcs from the Twisted Dragon clan coming in, helping themselves to beer, and doing their business. Surprisingly, I'm not hungry. I haven't eaten anything for a while, so I will actually eat some bread just because, just to pass some time. And we'll wait. Here we go. Look, here they come. Here's an orc. Can we get a name on him? No. Greetings, orky man. I'm Grog Grogman. Come into my fine establishment. It has 77% comfort, right? And they need only 1% comfort. That's a minimum. Again, actually, this would perhaps be would make more sense if they kind of like had a maximum as well. Like this place is perhaps a little bit too fancy for these orcs with their 1% comfort requirements. They're looking for a proper like pigsty, I suspect, or maybe just like a field with a couple of chairs shoved in it. Which is good. So yeah, there you go. We're not going to expand this out anymore. We have made our one beer. We're going to call this beer Grog Grogman's Low Alcohol Grog for the Twisted Dragons. There you go. Very descriptive. And that's it. I think that's it. That'll do for this week's Weird Wednesday. It's been a properly weird one. Don't know if you like this. I don't know if this is going to be very successful. It's pretty weird. It's kind of one of those games which you either love or hate, I suspect. Like, a lot of people are just not going to understand the point of this sort of game. Although it's got, building components and things like that, survival components, which is not in, which is in keeping with other things on the channel. But it's got a very different art style, and it's much more akin to a kind of a casual game that you might find on like a phone or a tablet or something like that. But nonetheless, I wish the developer luck. It's kind of cute. It's got some really nice artistic touches to it, despite the fact that it's got this very simplistic art style. Yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. Great. Well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been a weird Wednesday, but hopefully a fun one. I've been Weird Wizard. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you later.